So what happens when three intuitive healers get together to discuss life, love, and spirit? Well, let's just say it gets real. And a little spicy. Welcome to Serenity Soul Sisters. Well, welcome. We're the Serenity Soul Sisters. I am Barbara Califano, and joining me tonight is my co-host, Bobby Allison, and my super so excited co-host tonight, who's taking the place of our Gina Simone, is Kim Russo. Happy medium, Kim Russo. Welcome.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
I can't believe you're here. I'm so happy.
Me too, in the studio.
I know.
Live.
We've been friends for 21 years.
Yeah.
And actually, it was because of you I met Bobby, and I met all the other witches. And we've been friends for all these years. I can't believe it. Wait, Bobby, are you there?
I am.
Oh, there you are. I know the whole studio is a little set up differently today. So I have been sick all week, and Kim doesn't want to get sick, so she's sitting like down the block from me. She's down the block from me, and so it's a little odd for me. So I can't see you, Bobby. I'm going to try to keep turning my head this way so I can see you. Hey, girlfriend.
Hey.
How was your week?
Good. Hanging in there.
Yeah.
Doing lots of stuff. What about you?
Been busy.
Just besides being a little sick.
Being a little sick. Yeah, a little sick. But that's okay. Listen, that's, I had a crazy weekend, and it ended up costing me, a little cold, but, it's okay.
Hey,
It's
there's
nothing-
our girl.
Oh,
There's our girl. Hi, Bobby.
hey.
Again.
Now we can see you on our screen.
Can you see me now?
Now we can see you.
I can see
All right.
you. I can see you.
I don't know why it's so close, but that's how it is. It's not that close to me. It looks like I'm like right in front of the camera, but I'm not.
Well, we're happy that we're all together because
Yeah.
this is so, we're so used to having everyone together and going to have our little parties and dinners and stuff. But everyone's life has been so busy lately.
I know. That's why I'm so grateful that I'm here in person.
Yes, I'm so happy to have someone in the studio besides me and Sally. No offense, Sally.
No offense. Sally.
No offense, Sally.
She just gave a big look. We appreciate you, Sally. We appreciate you.
I appreciate Sally very much.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's been a little wonky this week, huh? Mm-hmm. But all good because we're blessed to be here.
We're blessed.
We're very blessed. So
We're very blessed.
every day.
Wait, Kim, tell the audience. I know, people know who you are, but you should tell those who are new to you about your books and about all the great things that you've been doing. You've written 2 incredible books.
Thank you. Yes, I have. I'm proud of the books that Spirit inspired me to write. And
yes.
The first book is called The Happy Medium, which is AKA what I'm known for. Mm-hmm. And the second book is an interesting book that they inspired me to write, and it's called Your Soul Purpose.
I like that book.
Learn how to access the light within.
Yeah. I liked both of them.
Thank you.
But I like that one because it touched a little differently.
It did.
Yeah.
And my spirit guides know me. They have to give me a pep talk before I do things that are a little bit out of the norm. Mm-hmm. And that book was a little bit out of the norm for me because it didn't really touch on too much mediumship, but it touched on life. It's a manual for life. And actually, it came out 2 years prior to COVID.
Yes. You know what? That's so funny. I didn't even realize that.
They had given me a heads up on putting this book out that will be somewhat of a handbook. And when you really look at each chapter and what's in this book, mm-hmm. they knew what was coming. Obviously, I didn't.
Right.
And it's sort of like a manual. And each chapter has what they told me to call soul kits, meaning you really get to know a lot about your own self when you answer these questions that are in the book.
Right.
And they're not, it's not a test. It's not for anybody else to hear your answers. Mm-hmm. It's really for you to get to know you. Yeah. Right? When was the last time we did that for ourselves, Barbara?
Yeah, well, yes. And we'll discuss that later on, too.
I know.
Because we're going to go right into that. But you know what I also loved? You had, when you first came out with the book, you were doing lots of questions like on Facebook. You were having lives on Facebook.
Yeah.
And on I think it was I use Facebook all the time. I just started using Instagram because these girls have been on my case, right, Bobby? You're on my case.
Yes. For how long now?
A very long time. And I finally started doing it because a friend of mine said, that's what he does. And I'm like, oh, you know what? They've been busting my chops for so long. I said, I'm going to try. And I don't know how to tag people. So Bobby's like, nice to tag me. I'm like, don't know how. But you were doing stuff on Facebook.
Everything you do, I'm on the phone with you.
I know. How do you do it?
Step.
I know. And the storylines, we got to fix that too because I have no idea what I'm doing. But
Okay.
we're working on it. A little tutorial from Bobby. I make her nuts. But
Basically.
But you were talking about each chapter, and you were going through, like, it was like almost like a book review.
Oh yeah,
Do
I
you
did.
remember that?
Of course I do.
Oh my God, I love that.
It was each week was touching on
different
a different
topic.
chapter.
Yes, different chapters.
And going over that chapter.
Is that still available?
That is available on my Facebook page, Psychic Medium Kim Russo.
Yeah.
You kind of have to go, I think, scroll to the videos, and it shows a cover of the book, and it says week 1, week 2, and I believe there were 12 weeks of lessons.
Yeah, I think so. Because I remember watching them and following it with you.
Thank you.
I thought it was great
Thank
because
you.
I'm like, I always found something new after listening to you. Like after we read it and then we listened, I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't see that one coming. Like I didn't see that story.
Right.
So it was always really enlightening. So I would hope that our watchers and listeners today would get it. Winter is coming, and it's a great time to hunker down and get a good book to read and to work on yourself. I think it's always fun to find new ways to invent yourself.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And see life.
And learn about yourself.
Yeah.
We don't take the time to look within. We always helping others outwardly, on overdrive. We're not trained to help ourselves.
No.
So that's the new way coming.
New way.
Where's the best place to find your book? One of our listeners said that they bought your book and misplaced it and want to get another.
Anywhere books are sold. I also have Audible with my voice, so they can listen to the book. And then you can download on the Audible platform the PDF where the manuals are with the questions if you want to, print that out or download it on your computer. Also, if they want a signed copy by me, they can go on my website, kimthehappymedium.com, and I have signed copies where they can purchase it there.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was from a Daryl Maharaj.
Thank you, Daryl. I hope you enjoyed the book.
Maria Fazzari said that she loves that book. And Dee Ferris said, hello, I'm here, beauties.
Oh.
Aw,
that's so nice.
Thank you for the compliment. They are beauties, my buddies, inside and out.
I love you girls. So happy that we're doing this show. Bobby.
Yes.
You know what I was thinking about? Talking about thinking out loud.
What?
I was thinking about codependency. What's your feeling on codependency?
Well, let's talk about
Let's talk about it. Because you know what? I was thinking about this. I was thinking about this all day. We're in a time where we're like, and maybe you guys can jump in on it, because I feel that people are, even around me, including myself, we're letting go of things that no longer serve us.
Absolutely.
The people that no longer serve us, the jobs that no longer serve us. And it's sort of like, I feel like I'm going like this and trying to get everything off, like shaking all the bad stuff off so I can find who I am. And being a person who has taken care of everyone and everything, I have now had to concentrate on taking care of me, which is a very hard thing to do because it goes against my grain. Because I'm always searching, like, okay, how can I make my kids' life better? What can I do here? What can I do there? And trying to make other people happy, knowing that that's not my job. My job is not to make other people happy. My job is really to make me happy so that I can bring joy to other people around me. This I know. Words are there. It's the actions. So, Bobby, what are your thoughts on that? I know you got lots, but tell me something.
Well, yeah. So I've been noticing, I've been speaking on the phone with Kim a lot lately about this. I think that when we have a lot of layers of different unresolved issues, then we find like, or maybe we gravitate to other people that are like the same way, or maybe that would be the mirror image. And we have to see in that person what we don't care for that would then bring us to the point that we don't need to depend on anybody.
Right.
But the part that Kim and I was speaking of is a lot of, well, I don't know if I manifested it or if I just knew that it's been coming, but a lot of old unresolved relationships have been brought up.
Well, that's
And
interesting.
or people have contacted me, like either apologizing or seeing how I am and how's it going. And it's just odd that they all came in on like within 2-3 days.
Right.
So I was like testing the universe, like, what do I need to learn from this? I mean, I think I get you a lot, Barbara, because I think a lot of what you're going through is what I went through already with certain people in the last, let's say, I don't know, Kim, what, 10 years?
Yeah.
About 10 years. So I think that you and I have, like maybe we're going down the same lane with that whole codependency. And I think we have to, in order to evolve, we do have to get out all of those old emotions that are in there. We tend to hold on to them, and we tend to find, a lot of the reasons that we do things like that for people. Like we have to make sure that everybody's happy, everybody has what they need, and we always forget about ourselves.
Right.
And I think, like, I'm not sure about the codependency word. Is there different meanings of it for different people? That I believe. So it depends
Right.
on what
I think
you're
it's like one of
talking about.
those words that people just use, codependent.
Yeah, I
You know, what do
believe
you
that,
think,
'cause I
Kim?
think we take from people
Right.
what we need from that particular person. If this one thinks we're great, we're going to hold on to them and say, tell me more. If this one thinks we're pretty, tell me more. If this one says, they could do something for us, but like, wait a second, what's going on here? Why
Right.
are they saying this?
Right.
So I think, like, dependent on the types of people we draw to us, because it's supposed to teach us a lesson.
Right.
So maybe if that's the way you mean it, like dependent on the thing, codependent on the
Maybe.
things that they bring to us.
Maybe. I mean, I guess it is the way you interpret it.
Because I
Kim,
really don't know. That
Right.
word really encompasses a lot for me.
I know. Kim, what does that mean for you?
My guides broke it down for me.
I love
because
that.
This is how I teach this, because this is how I learn.
Right.
So as I learn, I teach it the same way I learn, because I don't, Bobby, I totally get where you're going with that, where everything is open for interpretation.
Right.
I think as women, we are naturally inclined to be the nurturers. That's number one. So this really does pertain, of course it pertains to the men out there, but the woman's role has sort of been stereotyped as this is our role.
Right.
Okay, and this goes back, obviously, generations. When you can go back to the Donna Reed days, right? If anybody even knows who Donna
I
Reed
know.
is.
Are we aging ourselves right
Yeah,
now?
kind of. Like, Father Knows Best and all those role model moms who are wearing the little apron, and the
Yeah.
husband comes home and the muffins are being
muffins.
permeating the house.
I think I'm going to vomit.
So I gave you the visual, right?
Oh
No
my
thanks.
God.
But then, sort of without realizing it, we started taking on more and more roles, such as we are still expected to wear the aprons, make the muffins, make the bacon, literally and
I can
figurative.
bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan. That's all.
Right.
Never forget your man.
Right, exactly. And then little by little, the expectations that we've started taking on more and more roles, like, I am woman, blah blah blah. But then it becomes expected, right?
Right.
So we start to gravitate there sort of by default, not even realizing how we got there.
Right.
So we're expected to also hold down a full-time job, plus, depending on the guy, depending on the relationship, I'm talking about society. When is it realized at this point by women themselves that they're not expected to do it all, and they cannot do it all, such as everything they did as a stay-at-home mom, maybe in the 50s, and are still doing those roles and then some.
Right.
right?
Well, we have to. We
Okay.
have to.
But then you
In Long
wonder why
Island.
there's all this diseases
On Long
out
Island.
there.
On Long Island, we have to do that here. We
Well-
can't. In New York, yeah, both spouses have to work. And many times there are single parents like myself. You have to take care of the house. You got to take care of, your kids, work, side jobs. This is what
So-
happens.
Well, see, yeah, you get caught up in the whole program.
Right. And then before you know it, it's Friday and then Monday's there and you're starting it all over again. And
Right. So what my guides broke it down for me, and this is how they talked to me about codependency. They told me that the way that the vibration of the planet is evolving, everyone now must stand in their own light. Now, take away jobs for a second and responsibilities as far as, like you just said, what is expected of you. When you stand in your own light, no matter who you are, and you can actually bring up solutions yourself, where you don't look to that person that's been enabling you. Like you just said, Barbara, I want to make my kids happy. I want to make everybody happy. But that's an unrealistic expectation.
Right.
And what winds up happening is you establish that as your role, and then that's what people expect from you. And then they don't need to bring it. They don't need to bring it themselves. Right? Well, I don't need to do it. Barbara's going to do it. Or Mommy's going to do it.
Right.
So,
Right.
and that's just an example of Barbara. I'm using you as an example.
That's okay.
Right?
I got a lot of material.
I know.
I got lots of material.
I think at some point we all find ourselves there,
Right.
no matter what relationship
Right.
it is, even if
Right.
it's a colleague at work or your boss and employee relationship. The more we try to be that super person, the other person by default becomes codependent. Because maybe you make it look easy and you do it better, but then we're taking away the responsibility from the people around us.
Right.
And
Right.
responsibility is very big right now. My guides talk about standing in your own light means taking responsibility for decisions. So people are going to have to start by standing in their own light means they cannot use your light
Right.
to sustain their life force. And I find that a lot of people don't want that responsibility, because if I make a choice and it doesn't go well,
Right.
then I'll get the blame. How many people don't want to be responsible and take charge?
Right.
And I find that's what codependency is. And that's where the happy medium name comes. We always have to find the balance in everything.
Right. Right. And that's hard, because what I feel like now, like when I have brushed all that off and I become in my power, and now I am the one that's in charge of my own life, right? Now I have to actually look at myself and not be not to help other people. Now I got to use that energy to help me, right?
Yeah.
That's really uncomfortable sometimes. But after a while I'm doing it, I'm like, well, that feels really good now. And I should have done this years ago, because I make myself the important part. And it sounds selfish to some people, but if I don't take care of me,
Right.
how good am I going to be for someone else?
Right. Like the passenger on the
Yes.
airplane.
I use that all the time.
Putting the oxygen on you first.
Yeah.
Bobby, I think you can relate to this as a psychic medium. From one psychic medium to another, how many times, Bobby, do we have clients trying to continuously book appointments with us because they want us to give them the answers,
Always.
right? And
Yeah.
I think we have been trained by spirit to guide gently, but
Yeah.
not give them the answers,
Right.
not taking their lessons away. So there's that fine line with our clients that
Absolutely.
sure we want to help, and we want to deliver everything that spirit can deliver, And we can see it clearly where either the certain blockages people have or certain repetitive patterns that are toxic. We gently could point it out, but we find that a lot of clients, they just want us to just tell us what to do.
Right.
And that we can't do
So that's
that.
taking the responsibility off of them.
That's
They
my-
need to figure it out. Everyone has
That's
the free
same
will.
thing as like an enabler. We are enablers.
Right.
You know, the nurturer wants to, and we don't realize it, but it's, can you have $20? Can you call this? Can you do that? Can you that? And it's like, you know, you get bogged down and you get people, you're programmed to think that you have to, you know, adhere to all these things because it may take us, you know, 5 minutes to do something. It might take somebody else 2 weeks. So
Right.
sometimes you get into that role and you become so good at it, and you know you're now the enabler,
Right, right.
not even realizing it. So codependency is, oh, I know Bobby will do it, Kim will do it, oh, Barbara will do it, and then it's like, yeah, we do it, and it's like, oh, all right, it's going to take me a few minutes versus somebody else going to take them way too long. But
Right.
we have to teach them as we go, and just say, I tell my guides in reading, say, just tell them to say, I'd love to be able to help you, Dave, but I can't.
Right.
And then sometimes people go, well, what do I tell them? Why? Well, you don't need to give them a reason because you're just saying no. So
Yeah.
that's where you break those ties of the codependency.
Right.
Again, depending on who it is.
Right. Well,
There's a song by Barbara Streisand. You guys could look it up. The first time I heard it, I cried my eyes out. I'm not really a crier. Well, Spirit protects me from all the horror that comes my way.
right. So it's
It's called "If I Could."
Oh.
Now, I'm not going to sing it.
But that does kill me too.
Do you know that song?
Yes, I know that song.
Wait, Bobby, you know that song?
No, I know all her songs, but I said, Kim, come on, you've always wanted to be a singer.
I know. I'm not
Your
singing.
debut. Go ahead.
No. So, but Barbara, you know the song. Everybody look it up. It, especially as parents, it's a mother singing to her child.
See, I got chills. I'm going to cry.
I know.
Just thinking of
And
it.
she says, if I could,
I
I would
would.
take away all your heartache and your pain. It's a mother to a child. But honestly, the ones that become codependent are spiritually immature. They are like children.
Right.
And you don't know at what point they gave their power away to someone else. So sometimes you see this husband and wife couple and the wife does everything. Right. And then they start to resent it and complain, and then they want a divorce. And then they come to me and they're like, he thinks this, this, and this, and this. And then when you break it down, they realize they created that.
Right.
Like, don't vacuum because, you know what, he just doesn't do it as good as I do.
Right.
Or the laundry, or
Right.
or if your children don't do things the way you expect it to be done, they'll do it cruddy, just so you will do it. And then after a while,
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, Barbara.
Those damn kids.
Well, you know that old saying, if you want something done, do it yourself, because you
Right.
never think that people can do it. But no, that's totally true. And I think that we all get into those ruts with different people, and you don't even think it. Sometimes it's just a mindless task.
Right.
And sometimes it's the hardest thing. But they say, and I don't know how much I believe, I think I believe more on this, is that we have mirror images of the things that we need to fix in ourselves. So those people that step up are our teacher, and then we are the teacher to them, vice versa, as we said before.
Right.
So I think like there's so many intricate pieces and parts to it. And I think like when you break it down, you might say, wow, I never realized that person is made up of this, this, and this. And these are the things that I need to fix in myself.
Right.
Yeah, what you lack. And also, this is not to say not to help people. You know,
Right, of
that's not
course.
what we're saying.
Right.
No.
This is just like, where's the line, and letting
Boundaries.
but also, like, if you want to talk about evolve, like Bobby said, the soul came here to evolve,
Right.
not to be codependent on someone else's light. So you've walked into rooms where you meet these nice people and they're saying all the right things and they're pleasant enough, but when you walk out, you need a nap.
Oh my God. Yes.
Right?
Oh my
That's the
God.
ultimate succubus.
Thought it was the turkey.
MSG.
That was the turkey.
But it's really their energy kind of
Yeah.
like
Sucking the life out of you.
sort of like even if they stare you up and down or they ask you these questions that because they're curious, just their energy alone,
Right.
to bring it higher to where maybe your vibration is, it will drain you. It will drain
Right.
you. So people, that's a very real thing when you're around negative people.
Right.
Some
It's
people,
like moth to a flame.
right? That's true.
Very true.
But that's why we are encouraging everybody to be the flame,
Right.
because we're all vibrating now higher, and we're all going into a different vibration, and it's sort of crash course, I feel. So for those of you who've been working on yourself for years and years and doing the work, you're ahead of the game. And nobody's perfect. I feel like we're all now revisiting trauma inside of ourselves, and possibly even from other lifetimes.
Oh my God. I can't. Do you know? I think we discussed this earlier today about abandonment, right? So there's abandonment and there's betrayal and distrust.
Right.
And I learned something interesting this week. And we're always learning. We're all soul teachers, soul coaches.
We're always students.
Right? Always a student. Someone said to me that patience, now that has been a theme in my life. So help me God, I am trying so hard.
Help me too, God.
So help
okay?
me God.
Help me too, because I'm on the other end of that far.
Sorry.
It's okay, I love you. I just
Wait,
have to make
wait, are
notes.
you enabling me?
I'm a wise ass. That's who I am.
Are you enabling? I'm codependent
I
on
tell
you,
you
girl.
10 times, God damn it.
God damn. Oh.
And I
Anyway.
scream louder and louder each time.
All right, I hear you. Anyway. Listen, bitch. No, I'm kidding.
Listen, Bobby sets the group straight.
She does.
She's the mother hen.
Let me tell you something. She's like, when she gets on the phone and she's got that, bitch, I'm going to kick your ass.
That's
I'm
the Aquarius.
I know. I'm like, oh shit, she's mad. I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna hide.
She'll be
I'm
like, go right
you know what?
into
I'll
the
call you back
conversation.
later.
I go,
I'll call you back
"What
later because.
did I tell you last time? You don't
Oh,
listen.
and she tells me I don't listen one more time. I hear you.
Yes,
I
don't
hear you,
listen.
woman.
You listen. It goes in this ear and out that one faster than it went in.
All right.
All right, so let's talk
All
about
right.
this.
Well, you got me all hot and bothered over here. Now I'm like sweating.
These are the things I do to people.
Oh, Jesus.
Not bother.
Trigger.
Oh, my God, triggers. So, okay, so this is
Before you
what.
get going, there's like some like just really nice comments.
Oh.
Like Maria's saying that this conversation is so on point.
Thank you.
Janet Lorraine just says hello.
Hello.
Love you ladies by Erin Coveney. One person said something about just the conversation. Our brains are re-engineering, shutting down nurture, moving ourselves on our journey. This is all good stuff, though.
Oh, wonderful.
Great.
Thank you guys for the comments. We love to hear
Love
from
it.
you.
Love it.
Yeah.
And then if they would like to call us, they can call us on 516-465-3990.
Maria also says, all of you ladies are so much fun to listen to. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Because we are in the comedy section of Governors, and we like to have a little fun. Although we always have fun, we laugh all the time.
Listen,
But they should give us wine. I have tea. Tea does help my throat, though. But
somebody posted on my social media today. I can't wait to join. I have a feeling you all will be drinking wine or indulging in wine.
I'm bringing it. You know what?
And I said, well,
Fuck it.
we
Punch,
I
no
said,
sugar.
I said we might be whining, but WHINING. I think we've been whining a little.
Listen, we do wine a lot, but no, we have fun though.
No,
Listen.
Bobby doesn't drink.
Bobby doesn't drink. Barbara does. Oh, wait, and Kim does too. We do have a couple cocktails.
I will have a cocktail
Spirit with spirit.
here and there. I know one is my limit,
Listen, I have a limit. I do have a limit.
and I'll have like red wine is just with fish. You
I
know?
like my Chardonnay,
Oh, okay.
and I
You know
also
that
I also
alcohol
like.
is one of the worst things that you can put into your body.
I
ever.
know.
You know
I know.
what?
But
The worst. They call it like the devil or the demon something. I just read an article the
No.
other
All
day.
right, you know, don't be a buzzkill, will you, please? For God's sakes, give me something to enjoy in this life. If I want a glass of wine, I don't want you killing my
Hey, wait a
buzz.
second.
God damn,
I
woman.
I can think
Give
five different things that you can enjoy yourself with besides alcohol, girl.
I can too, but there are
Okay.
children there,
That would
you
be a
know. There's only
spicy
so
show.
much one can do.
That would be the spicy show.
Well,
I'm not
listen,
talking
I am a
about,
little spicy, you know.
I'm not talking about the spices in your cabinet either.
Oh, she's
All right,
always
now we're
on it.
getting on a different type of
Can I
show.
get back to patience?
This is a different type of
Can we
show
just
now.
really go back to patience?
That's right, and that's why we get a little spicy.
Spicy. All right, that's a whole other
All right,
show,
go back to
Bobby.
it. Go ahead.
And that's a late night show. That's not like now.
Barbara, how is it
Listen,
that you?
there's no kids allowed.
Oh, I was just going to bring up the
Just-
kids. How is it that you're a mom of 2 boys
Yes.
and you don't have patience? The biggest.
I'm Italian. Have you spoke to my children?
I'm Italian too.
You know,
But-
and you know boys.
I have 3 boys.
Yeah, I
and
know.
those are the ones that taught me the patience I have.
Maybe they're trying to teach it to me.
They taught me the patience.
just not listening to them.
I'm just saying, like, if
No,
you
they-
have to
I
have patience
Listen, they're very good boys.
I know. Why not too?
And you know, they don't give me a hard time. And I do have to tell them, be patient with me. I always tell them, you know, I always say, you know, are we doing okay? Because you didn't come with a manual.
Oh, I said that too. You didn't come with
You know,
a manual.
you didn't come with a manual. I'm doing the best I can. Are we okay?
There
And
is no
was
manual.
No, there's not, and they should be. Just saying that they should be, but I'm always telling them, just be patient with me. You know, if I can't do it today, we'll try tomorrow. Like I always try to give them that, but for me to be patient with them, I guess I do in a way. But there's other things in my life that I'm just not patient with.
So why don't we talk about timelines? Because patience has to do with
All right, but you know
Time.
okay. So, but I want to add this before I forget because I'm 51 and I forget. So, when I was talking to another friend of mine, and we were talking about patience, and I said, "Well, I was talking about abandonment. I was talking about betrayal, and
abandonment.
distrust.
Okay.
Those 3 things that most people have to go through in life, and you would think."
At some point, yeah.
Right? At some point in your life, that those 3 things are about self-worth, right? So if I get abandoned or if I'm betrayed, it's because I'm not worthy of that other person. The other person doesn't see my worth, right? And then I become distrustful because if you're going to betray me, I can never trust you, right? If you abandon me and you want to come back in my world, I can't trust that you're not going to leave again, right? So those are things. So, and I always attached it to the self-worth and the self-love that that we have to learn, right? And she said, no. Oh, I said, what? This is what I've learned. And so she said, absolutely not. She said, because she said, your biggest lesson in this life is patience. And it has been an ongoing thing for me for years, from when I was a little girl.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I remember even in a dream, this is cool. So I remember being in a car in a dream, and we were racing, and all of a sudden the car stopped. Whoop! And I said, come on, we got to go, 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 go. And this man turned around and he looked at me with these big, big crystal blue eyes, white hair. And he said, you need to learn patience. And I remember my whole body shuddered because I was sleeping, but it really wasn't a sleep. It was really a message. And I didn't get it then.
Right. Wow.
Because-
You're getting it now.
I'm a little slow.
That's why I have to yell at her. He yelled at her too, so I have to yell at her too. That's
You
the only
know-
way she learns.
All right. So anyway,
Be funny, Barbara. Be
I
funny.
am funny. So, but my point is that patience is tied to the abandonment, the betrayal, and the distrust. Because without patience, then you're saying you don't have faith. And when you don't have the faith, then you can't trust in the process.
Correct. That's true.
So when things don't go the way I want it to go, just because I want it to go that way doesn't mean it was God's plan. So who am I really mad at? I'm really mad at God. I'm not realizing it subconsciously. I'm feeling abandoned. I'm not worthy of all the good things that I want in my life. But if I slowed down and I had the patience to allow it to unfold the way it was supposed to unfold, I could have gone without all the heartache in between.
Yeah.
So
I
what do you
think we sell ourselves short with
Yeah.
with what we think we want. they always tell me, like, what if we had something so much bigger and better than you could even imagine? The universe has the biggest Rolodex.
Yeah.
So they can always find a way to get things to us that. So people say, I can't imagine how that would happen when I give a reading or a prediction. I don't know how that can happen. And I say, forget about your limited mind and how you can make something physically happen.
Right.
The universe has an unlimited supply. There's divine intervention that can happen at any moment. You can be at the right place at the right time, as we've all seen. And then you just have to expect the universe's favor. And that translates to feeling worthy enough.
Ah, that's where it comes in.
Absolutely. Like, expect the universe's favor. Know that there's always a divine plan behind the scenes working for everyone's highest good. But
Right.
I also want to point something else at when you speak about abandonment. That's an interesting concept, because when you think about someone abandoning you, it's never about you, unless you're like this real drain on them.
Right.
Mostly it's about that person's ego and what they're trying to achieve in their life.
Right.
So you know how the grass always looks greener. They think there's always better opportunities somewhere else,
Right.
whether it be work, personal, friendship. And honestly, it's usually about what they're looking to gain by leaving, like thinking something's better.
Right.
Depending on the circumstance, of course. But it's typically not about you when someone abandons you. It's about what they are going through.
Right.
I mean, it's hard, but sometimes we have to take the focus off us and the blame off
Right.
of ourselves. It's very rarely about us.
Well, yeah, I believe that. I believe that completely. I don't think that anything that I should say, I feel that everything that happens for our own growth, but we take things on personally because that's what we know.
Well, that's
Right.
insecurity.
There's the insecurities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You want to talk about insecurities, Bobby?
Yeah. What?
You going to talk about insecurities now? Bring it on.
No, are we?
Well, why not? I mean, it's all part of the same thing.
We all have them.
There's so many
And
insecurities.
they're programmed so deep inside of us. But Kim was talking about, timelines. But we just have to keep crushing those timelines and realize that this
Right.
is just something that we've been programmed to believe that, it goes further into quantum and it goes into.
We need like a 2-hour
This is
show.
all an illusion. Yeah, it's all collective. So once you learn those little secrets behind those mystery boxes
Right.
and you open them up by learning ascension or just how things are going, like Kim, about the astrology and stuff. I'm not really into that. When you talk about it, I get it sometimes, and you listen on social media and whatnot, and it really, some of it resonates and some of it I'm like, but crushing the timelines I get. And then all the things that spirit tells me when I'm reading my clients is always to get your self-worth is look in that mirror every day and say, I love you. Do the I ams, and then I am beautiful, I am worthy, I am valuable. Once you get that mindset going, then you see all the bullshit that you've been taking all these years from all these different people that really your soul called in to get you to the point of, I can't take this anymore.
Right.
I deserve better.
Right. We do have a caller.
Oh, nice.
Welcome to the show.
Hi. Hello. Did we lose our first
I think
caller?
it was Gina.
What is that? Gina?
What's Gina's last name?
Simone.
I think it said something
Found
like
us.
Stanley.
Oh,
So maybe it wasn't.
is that the other line? Is it light flashing? No. I'll just mind my business.
Yeah,
They'll call back.
We lost them. We cried. But if you don't listen, if you're listening, just call us back because we kind of
Now,
lost you.
Gina's on the plane. I think she's flying out now.
Peace out, Gina.
Safe
Yeah.
flight,
So let's
girl.
talk about timelines because that's really interesting because I've been having so many deja vus.
Oh, here's the question. The person who was trying to call in, she just wrote her question.
Okay.
Sorry, Gina. I just couldn't get it turned on fast enough. She wants to know, what about working through childhood traumas? And if you'd like to call in now, and you can talk to everyone.
So who wants to take that? Bobby, Gina? I mean, Gina.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Kim.
Well, we could both take it. We're all.
I'm sorry, I didn't. I had you on mute. I'm sorry, I had
Hold
to.
on, here she comes. Hold on, here she comes.
Hey, Gina.
Yeah. So let's talk about timelines because that's really interesting.
You're just gonna have to. Yeah, I think you shut off your phone already. But welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's the first time I called. It sounded like it got hung up on. That's why I wasn't there.
Sorry. Technology at its best. That's what we do.
Yeah,
We're all energy here, so things get knocked out all the time.
Right.
So how can we help you tonight?
So I just wanted to comment and ask them how they felt about. We're talking about patience and all these things that are ingrained in us, and how they feel about working through childhood things that we went through, traumas, whether they're small or large, that created that ingrained programming, and working through that, like with the mirror work and things.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's big right now. Gina is her name, right?
yes, that is my name.
Gina, right now, my advice and what I've been led to talk to people that are trying to heal childhood trauma is taking that inner child and literally treating that child, that little girl that had to put that trauma somewhere deep inside one of your cells of your body, and you buried it somewhere for survival mode, right? And then you move on with different phases of your life, and you bury it and you bury it. Right now, it's all coming up for review because our vibrations are raising and they're rising. So things from the root chakra, where we store so much trauma, it's being brought up into the heart. That's where we're rising into, is the heart. And we're reviewing things, but you have two sides. So you're Gina the adult, but that Gina who was traumatized or abused or whatever needs to embrace, the adult needs to embrace the child. And what would you do right now if a hurt child came to you? You know, you would help them, and you know how you would help them. You would, even give them a hug, a kiss, tell them it's going to be okay, and that nothing could ever harm them again. And forgiveness plays a very big role. It doesn't mean forgiving what happened, but forgiving in general just frees you from that karmic timeline. Right now, we're releasing all karma that ties us to the 3-dimensional realm. So you want to look at it almost like taking out the trash and purging. Like, you don't need to take this into the new improved timeline. That's the old timeline. And I don't want to compare it to purging, like I'm purging now because I'm in the middle of a move. But I'm throwing out perfectly good clothing with tags on them that cost a fortune. And it's hard for me to put them in the garbage or in the donation bin, but so it's because it's hard to let go. So what I did, and it worked for me, so I'm just giving you this, maybe it'll work for you with emotions, is I sent it with love. I thanked it for what it gave me, what it taught me. Now, clothes don't teach you anything, but experiences do. Thank you for what you taught me, what I taught you, if you're addressing a certain person. I know, we had this contract, this soul contract together. You played your role really good, and I think I played my role good. But the play is over. The next act is about to open up, and I need to put on a different costume now. So you release it in that way as a soul. Like, try to look at it as a soul that you are. And basically releasing the karma is taking out the trash and helping that little girl within heal, which is that inner child work. Bobby, you know a lot about inner child work.
I was going to say
Bobby knows a lot because
she's
she
doing
helps a lot of people with this.
Okay, so let me just give you something really quick that will really help. It's a really cool meditation that I've done 20 years ago, and I've shortened it a little bit. You can try to look it up and see if it's on the internet anyway, but this is what I tell people. So you go onto this little bridge with a little creek of water underneath it, and you ask your inner child to meet you halfway.
Wait, Bobby, hold on a second. Can you just turn down your phone? Because we can hear the delay from
Gina.
Done.
Thank you, Gina. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bobby.
Okay, so you go onto this little bridge with a little creek of water underneath it. You ask your
Can't hear
inner
Bobby
child
now,
to
though.
Oh, hold on, Bobby. She cannot hear you.
You know what? Can you just go on the phone without?
I can mute my phone. Hold on.
Okay. Because then Bobby's double talking and we can't hear her. All right, can you hear us?
I'm good.
Okay, go ahead, Bobby.
Okay, I'll try this now. Is it working better or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go onto this little bridge with a creek of water underneath it. You ask your inner child to meet you there. You let her take you by the hand and take you on a tour, basically, of where she's been hiding and all the traumas and all the pit stops. Is she in the closet? Is she under the bed? Wherever she's been. After she's done taking you on that tour, you grab her, you kiss her on the head, you embrace her, and you tell her that you are going to protect her always. Nobody could ever hurt her again. And you release her of all that trauma. And you tell her it's time for you and her to go to your side. Once you get to your side of the bridge, she becomes you. She'll always be part of you, but now she can never be hurt ever again because you're the adult that's protecting her. So you got to remember the traumas that you've been through, they really come up as people call them the demons, the shadow selves. So all that trauma peaks different fractals of ourselves that step up to deal with sexual abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse. So all the abuses that we go through, and a lot of us go through many. Some of us don't want to talk about them. Some of us, numb the pain, go into addictions, or go into, be the abuser, some of them. And you have to kind of release that inner child from all those traumas and just be one with yourself and just keep doing that work. There's all different types of wonderful meditations that you could do. If you Google it, inner child work, I'm sure it goes a lot deeper than that, but that's a start that will help you to build confidence and get some healing for your inner child.
That's great advice.
I hope it helped, Gina.
Gina, is she there? Oh, there she is.
Inner child from all those traumas and just be with.
We're getting playback.
Is that playback or is that her? Is she talking?
I can't hear her at all.
Gina, can you hear us?
I'm here.
Okay. We hope that helps you.
Very much.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Good luck, Gina.
Thanks
Best
for the
luck
call,
to you.
Gina.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. That was great.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
So let's talk about timelines, because I really want to get down into the nitty gritty of that. And we do have some time left for that. So when we are deja vuing and we have different, I know for me, sometimes it's a deja vu, but sometimes I get a visual and it looks like a movie screen. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been here. Or things go into like a hologram. I can see things that are going to happen and then it happens. Mm-hmm. So tell me about those timelines.
Well, as mediums and people that read energy, we can often, and we do often, jump timelines, and that's how
jump.
That's how we totally jump. But time is not linear, meaning it's not past, present, future the way we perceive it to be.
So old school is out.
Well, because of the Earth having the night and the day, the hours and the minutes, and the nighttime for our bodies to have to unwind and catch up and get the sleep, the Earth also has to sleep. So this concept of time was created at some point, but it's really just sunrise, sunset. But it doesn't go in years, months. It's an illusion. The linear is an illusion.
Okay.
So timelines in the quantum field are more spiral. So there are many realities happening at once. And our souls are so big to fit into one singular body, meaning the body of Barbara, the body of Kim. Just facets of our soul have come into our bodies. But other parts of our soul could be living in a whole nother timeline as Kim as well, but in a different time. It could just be, it could be the future Kim. It could be in 3030, and that's out there already. And it's a very hard concept to understand.
Someone asked, how do you jump timelines?
Well, it's a lot of it's visualization and where you put your attention. So when I talked about karma keeping you attached to the three-dimensional world, karma involves having to figure out, having to do that dance, typically having to learn soul lessons. So we're releasing karma quicker and quicker now. That's why a lot of relationships are ending, as you started out the conversation.
Yes.
And new relationships are being formed.
Right.
Because we're going into higher timelines, we are going to go into better types of living. We're not going to feel so dense and trapped in this three-dimensional hell like some people feel like there's got to be a better way. Well, here we are, where all timelines are merging into one right now.
So, wait, I got to stop and say. So I want to visualize this. So all my other timelines, all the other Barbaras, are going into the one. Is that what's happening?
Well, you could be meeting all the Barbaras now. You could be meeting them all. Or you having this deja vu, you might have jumped a timeline from the past. But there is no past. It's simultaneous.
So am I just having a visual of what's going on or what has happened so I could...
It's a memory. It's a
memory.
cellular memory. It's a soul memory.
I like it.
So for I'm going to even blow everybody's
Oh my
mind
God.
one step further.
Go ahead.
This is for the people that love to investigate like science and crazy things. A lot of people out there think, and I think there's a lot of truth to this, that in 2012, when the Mayans said that the world ended, they believe that as a whole consciousness, we jumped into a different timeline.
I believe that.
And
Me
it's
too.
now called the Mandela effect. So the reason it's called the Mandela effect is some people remember Nelson Mandela getting out of jail, and some people remember him dying in jail. And then there's like other parts of this Mandela effect, like Jiffy peanut butter is not spelled the way some people remember it. There's also a thing about
Oh, the Bernstein Bears.
the Berenstein. Now
Yeah,
they're
Bernstein
saying
or Bernstein, they say.
now they call it Berenstain Bears.
Yeah.
Also, the Monopoly Man, I remember him having a monocle.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
doesn't.
He
He
doesn't?
doesn't. You won't see him with a monocle
Wait, did
anywhere.
they just change that?
You would think they did.
But they did it?
It doesn't exist anywhere I can see.
Oh.
So,
That's fascinating.
as a whole consciousness, a whole world consciousness might have just jumped into a different timeline because it's possible the world, this is not Kim saying this,
I
but
know.
it's possible the world exploded or was in danger of extinction, and we just sort of jumped into, like, this radio show is delayed by a second or so.
That's 20 seconds.
Our timelines might be delayed, and there's like slight variations. Like, we feel like we're living in some kind of Twilight Zone,
Oh my God, I say that all the time.
right? Like nothing,
God.
nothing is making
Doesn't make
sense,
sense.
to the way we were raised, at least in our
Yeah.
generation, right? For the mid-50s people. All I'm saying is, look into this. Time is not linear as we know it.
Right.
And we can totally jump timelines to a better future, but we have to envision that future first.
So the manifesting comes in.
The thought process comes in. Every thought you have, you need to be the guard dog of that thought. And you know, you could tell very easily who's still in 3D and who's living on the old program, and whose computer hasn't been upgraded, or right?
Well, I'm not technical. I like to think that I'm moved on to another time. I'm just not technical enough.
But you know what I mean? You don't have to be technical.
No, I know.
It's your thoughts.
Right.
I have people sending me text messages daily of all this bad news and all of these fear-mongering posts. And I have to just not really open them anymore because it's not the timeline I want to be on. Bobby and I talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
We're like, crush that timeline,
Yeah.
girlfriend. That's not where we're going.
I don't even watch the news. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about all the bad things that go.
But that's part of the programming.
yeah, so that's why I don't watch.
That's exactly right. We're actually in I wrote about this in Your Soul Purpose. We are in a deprogramming, exiting the matrix, which is the 3-dimensional realm, which is where we were kept sort of down by by the programs of the higher ups, the people that circulate the money in the world.
Right.
Those people.
Right.
They have utilized humanity for their gain. And that's
It's
why
all about the fear. They want us to fear them so that they can
Yeah, well, I
they
refuse
live
to
off
be.
the fear.
I'm not fearing anything.
Well,
anymore.
fear-
Everybody got to weed your spiritual garden. That's my suggestion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weed it. I like that. Take everything out.
You know, I want to bring up a point that I think the viewers and the listeners could really relate to. On 9/11, they measured the heartbeat of the earth, of the planet, and everyone around the world was in sorrow and compassion. Everyone was feeling some sort of compassion for this tragic event at the same time. And the Schumann resonance was spiked, the heartbeat of the planet, which is the Schumann resonance. I know you talked about this on your show,
Right.
at one of your shows, the beginning. And the heartbeat of the planet was so high, and it was at the same level. They can measure everybody's consciousness. It was all in the same place on that day. So if that's
Oh my
why
God.
that's
But no one talks about this.
well, I am.
But thank God. But no one. We need more information about that so people can be more in awareness.
That's why when we do a worldwide meditation,
Yeah.
it is so powerful to creating a new timeline.
They used to do them worldwide meditations,
There's a lot of groups that still are
but
doing them.
you don't hear about them like they used to.
There's a lot of censorship going on, Barbara,
Yeah, I know.
to keep us in, 3D.
A girl in the universe shows the Schumann
love her.
every day. It's
The
on
Schumann-
there every day.
The Schumann
Yeah.
resonance, the heartbeat
Yeah, the
of
Schumann
the
resonance machine shows the magnetics and what is coming as far as energetically.
Bobby, we have to get her on the show.
You should.
Maybe.
We got to
Yeah.
find her.
I know.
And then
I
Kim,
can-
you come back.
I follow her. I will definitely reach out if you want me to.
Yeah, I think I think the viewers would love it. I would love it.
Definitely.
She's
I
on
think
YouTube
it's-
as well. She has her own show, so
Right.
I'm sure
But
she
I
would
think
love
that
to
it's
come on.
something that we need to, like what Kim said, like we don't hear, like, well, we, because we're all friends and we talk about this, but we don't hear that out in the world. We don't see that on Instagram. We don't see that on social media, on Facebook.
it's on
and-
social media. That's where you'll find it. Not on the
Yeah, but-
not on TV because
not on TV. Right. But you're not going to see it as often. Things come down.
But whatever your reality will be is where you put your thoughts.
Right.
That's where that's how your reality will manifest.
Right.
They've proven that. That's a fact.
Yeah, there's no more like hanging your oak tag up and hoping and praying that you're going to get what you want. Now it's materializing very quickly from your manifest because it's the age of Aquarius. The whole energy is different, and whatever your thoughts are, because it's still unwritten, as the song says, because we're not in that 3D where you have to follow the Akashic records and stuff. That's for another show.
That's I was going to say, Bobby.
But you can manifest whatever you want, and whatever your thoughts are and you put out there is what you're going to get. So be careful what you think
Right.
every day.
Amen.
Amen, sister. Well, this has been like a really awesome show. Kim, I'm so glad you came
Me
today.
too. This was fun.
Thank
so
you
much
for filling
fun.
in.
You're a
Come
great
visit us anytime, girl.
Aw,
You're
thank
a great
you.
fill-in for us, and we miss you, Gina Simone. I know she's on a
Definitely.
plane going to California, and she's going to be working with Forever Family, which you girls are both part of.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
tell them quickly what that is about with the family. I know we have
Kim's
to
on the
go,
board.
but-
She can explain it.
Oh, Kim's on the board. Excuse me.
We it's a non-for-profit organization that was originated when this really amazing husband and wife team lost their daughter tragically, and they really wanted to have proof that their daughter was somewhere, and they found so many ways to communicate with their daughter. And what they did was their mission is to integrate science with spirituality and mix the two together to prove that we do not die. We just exist. Our energy cannot be destroyed. Long story short, they put the mediums through a rigorous double-blind, triple-blind study test to test our abilities. And so we're certified with them. And then, of course, we do volunteer work for a lot of grieving people.
Right. Which is beautiful.
It is.
You girls do such great work.
Thank you.
I really do.
Thank you.
We're very
love
fortunate.
you for all that you do for everybody.
Aw.
But what you guys do for me, and I do appreciate your
We
friendship.
love you, Barbara.
I love you too. And until next time, everyone, you keep on smiling. We'll see.